Now onto some tax time tips. If you are a gig worker, a freelancer, a contracted worker, or have a side hustle, chances are you now owe the government a lot of money in taxes. Fear not, we have CPA Michael Leonard of Leonard and Associates with us now with some terrific tips. And you tell your clients an S Corp is better than an LLC for people who are owning their own businesses. Why is that?
To simplify things, when you're getting paid through checks, there's no taxes coming out of these. There's no Social Security, no Medicare. And when you, at the end of the year, your net profit from your business after your expenses, that's going to be taxed through self-employment. That's 6.2% of Social Security and 1.45% to Medicare. But when you're taxed that way as a gig employer, as most of you probably know, you're both the employer and the employee. So on everything that you make, you get an extra 15.3% tax, the self-employment tax, on top of your regular tax. And those of you that are in the gig quadrant out there, you know when you go do your taxes, you have the small tax and then you have this big tax. That's the self-employment tax. And just to simplify, let's say somebody was to make net $50,000 for the year. Through the going on the 1099 sole proprietor LLC track, you're going to pay that 15.3%, which ends up to be $7,500. And if you're just in the 10% bracket, that's $5,000 plus 75. So that's $12,500 you're going to pay in taxes. Now, let's switch it over to being an S Corp. An S Corp, you're going to make the same amount of money. However, you're going to pay yourself through a W-2, say $10,000. So in that W-2, you're going to pay that 15.3% tax, which comes roughly to about $1,500. Then the rest of it is going to flow through to your tax return, not subject to self-employment tax. So in this one, you're going to pay basically $6,500, and the other model, you're going to pay $12,500. There's a huge savings when you can be an S Corp. And you're being guided throughout the year by your accountant. If you are a gig worker, you're doing this, you need to have a relationship with an accountant so they can tell you how to do these things. They can plan for you.
Well, as a side note, accountants are great, but if you can't afford one, software such as TurboTax works. Michael, is it too late to switch now from an LLC to an S Corp?
If you're an LLC, you can actually go back to the beginning of the year and you can make yourself an S Corp. If you have not incorporated at all, unfortunately, it's the end of the year and your choices are very limited.
What about a SEP account? That's where if you owe the government a lot of money because you are a gig worker, you can take some of that money and put it away in a SEP retirement account for yourself instead of giving it to the government.
A SEP account is, after everything is filed and you want to save money, it's a good thing. It's one of the only things available to you to save money. And the good thing about it is it's right up till April 15th. And let's say you get an extension for April 15th, then it takes you into October. So you have all this time after the year is closed to try to save taxes. So if you're a gig worker, you can take up to 25% of your net profit and put that into a SEP, not subject to tax. And that could save you not only money on the self-employment tax, what I was just talking about, but your regular tax. So that's a double hit that helps you.
Any other tips to help people not have to get hit by a big tax bill?
If you are just starting out and you don't know about S Corps or paying into a SEP, just remember, as you're making money throughout the year, that's going to be taxed. So open up a special savings account, take 15% and put it away for federal and 5% for state. So take 20% of that a dollar that you make and put it away. So when it comes to the time of the year and you have to pay taxes, at least you're set up that way.
Thanks so much. And next time we're going to have you talk about home office write-offs.
Have a great day.
More Business First AM. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.